Welcome. Thank you so much for being here for another Sunday live stream. I'm so happy you're here. I'm going to make it a chatty video today again. We did have a requested topic this time, so we can go with that topic and then, we can just flow into whatever else you want to talk about. But I thought it was a very interesting topic. I thought I would parlay it into kind of just kind of the way we are, the way we need to be, the way society tells us to be, and the way our hearts pull us sometimes in opposite directions. So I thought it was a good topic to bring up how we meet those we love, how we stay together or not, and whether or not we even need to have someone to love, as the title said. So if you're interested in that, I hope you stick around. Again, it's just a chatty video today. We normally do jewelry videos. I love jewelry videos. I am going to talk to you a little bit about some earrings I found. I was looking for these yesterday during my auction, and I actually thought the other earrings I had found were Hattie Carnegie, and they weren't. So it's crazy, but I really am in the middle of organizing all my jewelry. And on Sunday nights, I like to get together here and just do kind of a live stream of chit chat and different topics, what I want to talk about, or hopefully I'll be getting some guests too. I'm reaching out to try to get some guests on here as well and see if we can talk about certain things as well. So if you're in the chat, I welcome you and I thank you very much for being here. Let me know if you can hear me. Sometimes I do have some trouble with the live stream going on. Let me see what's going on here. And last time I wasn't even inside the studio. I was going on and on for 10 minutes or so. But I do see somebody coming in. Good evening, Miss Linda. Thank you so much for being here. I'm very happy you're here. Yeah, someone asked me to, very clear today. Good. Oh my goodness. Well, last week we talked a little bit. We talked quite a bit, but it was a little bit of a mess for me because the audio was really marled, and I don't know why that happened. It's been happening a lot. I really need to upgrade on some of my equipment and some of my, tech. I really would love to have a double laptop going on too, so I don't have to be looking down to read your comments because otherwise I'll be going like this, looking up through my nose, like down through my nose rather. And that looks crazy too. So yeah, it'd be wonderful to have, like a double monitor like I used to have when I worked in a stockbroker's office. Those were really, really fun. And a lot of people can connect their devices, but they also sell the double monitors. Let me see who just popped in. Thank you again, everyone who's here. Someone did ask me to relay my love story. She called it a love story. That's so romantic, right? When we can call it that. Hi, Miss Becky. Hi, Kelly. Thank you so much. This wonderful top is a vintage top. It's kind of oh my gosh, it's so cool. It's a sweater that Donatella was selling. She showed it, and I immediately remembered it from the 90s. And I found a Vogue magazine. I love collecting old magazines, old-fashioned magazines. And I had it in my Vogue magazine. And I sent her off the picture to tell her that, it was indeed a fabulous thing. She had found it in an estate sale because that's what she does. She closes out estate sales. And she buys out estate sales, rather. And so she was grateful. And she sent me this as a gift. And I just love it. It's got just all kinds of, let me show it to you. All kinds of wonderful things. Coconut Grove. It's got more in the back. I mean, it's just amazing. And yeah, it was a big deal back in the 90s. I think Versace put one out. Quite a few designers put them out. I forgot what brand this one is. And the Brown Derby and all the it places to go to. I feel like I should be wearing I feel like I should be carrying, I don't know, like a whiskey sour and a cigarette when I wear this. Like I should be in some casino or somewhere. But I thought it was kind of festive and cute, so I put it on. You were married for 19 years, been divorced for 14. I'd much rather be with someone than his awful than this awful loneliness. Yeah, Amy, I'm hearing you, I really am, and totally don't understand it, but I totally see it in a lot of my friends and family, and, so, yeah, it's definitely something that's a plague, it really is, and I think it's something that is getting worse and worse. We're so isolated, we can do everything at home, can shop at home, we can make friends at home, it's virtual friends, but it really has cut us off in many ways. I was, well, I will tell you how I met Robert. How I met Robert, that should be a movie. I was looking at a picture the other day on TikTok, and well, I was just looking at TikTok, and some picture came up, little video on Linda Thompson, the beautiful lady that was married to Elvis as well as Bruce Jenner, and she was wearing this gold lame jacket that I was actually wearing. I'll see if I can find it here because I took a screenshot of it to show you, and I hope you can see it. And can you see it? Well, I was wearing that jacket, the exact gold lame jacket, when I met Robert. She's wearing the pants too. I was wearing red satin pants and a gold lame jacket when I met Robert. And I did zip mine up. I did not have mine open like that. Oh, you have a silver star necklace I'd love for you to have. I know you love stars. Oh, that is so sweet. I don't know if you're talking to me, Miss Kelly. I hope you are. But I do. I love stars. Look at the stars on here. Isn't it gorgeous? I was so grateful and happy when I opened this up from Miss Donatella. She just wanted to thank me for being a friend of her channel and promoting her channel when she was here on YouTube. Not that I needed to promote it in any way. She had her own organic growth, but I couldn't stop lauding, the way she did her auctions and just her personality. And like I said, she's taken that to I mentioned it before. She's taken it to Whatnot, and she's taken Whatnot by the storm and never came back to YouTube to do auctions. So she was, and I did an unboxing of it, and then I actually got another really pretty ID bracelet, and I had my name put on it, sterling bracelet that I actually purchased, and then she sent this as a gift. So I was really, really excited because this is a very collectible item. This is a 90s icon, and it is super collectible. So she could have definitely sold it for a lot of money, but she let me have it. And I didn't ask her for it. I just gave her information about it. Literally sent her a screenshot of my magazine from the 90s, my Vogue magazine that had it featured. So that was very kind of her. But anyway, I was wearing that outfit, well, that jacket, and I had mine zippered up. It was the 70s after all. Mhm. And I was playing a game. Can you guess what game I was playing? Oh, you're so sweet, Becky. Yeah, yeah, I was wearing that outfit. Guess what I was playing while I was wearing that? Any guesses? Thank you all who are joining with this crazy topic today. I was playing pool, billiards. I really always loved the game. My father had bought me a pool table, and I just really took to it, loved it. And I was at a disco. Guess you could call it a disco. That's what they were called back in '77. And yeah, and then I guess he challenged me or something to play with him, to play pool with him. And did he beat me? I think he did beat me. It was really close. But that's how we met. The rest is history. Oh, the cat is now in the basket. Can you hear? Let me know how you met your husband. I'd really love to know how you met your husbands, and then we'll talk about other relationships and how important those are as well. And yeah, the awful loneliness. My sister was widowed going on to, I think, 3 years already, I can't remember. And, yeah, I get that constantly. I mean, it's almost an aura or, an ambiance around. She's happy, she's a friendly person. She's an absolute gregarious person, so it's very hard for her to have a different attitude around people. She's just a light. She walks into a room, she's a light, but deep down inside, she's very, very lonely, and she lost her daughter at the age of 19, so and that was 20 years ago, and that feels like yesterday. But then when she lost her husband, yeah, it's really, really tough. It's really tough, and, I don't know, I just feel like I'm glad to see a lot of women being assertive and going out there and seeing if they can do online dating or whatever. Nothing wrong with that. I don't wanna be anywhere near to insinuate that there's anything wrong with online dating or anything like that. Of course, it's gonna have its pitfalls, and you're gonna run into crazy people and, undesirables, but, many people have met online. Many people have wound up getting married through these encounters. So, what I'm saying is when you take the internet for everything, for your friendships, for your, even I don't know, for everything, for shopping, for your relationships, for your tirades. There's forums on here just for us to argue with each other. It's ridiculous. That's what Facebook has become pretty much, don't you think? Everybody's an armchair Kissinger, right? Hi, Jason. How are you? Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Jason. That's good to know. Failed relationships are, I don't know, I think until we find someone who accepts everything about us and not tries to change, it's crazy. You fall in love with someone, then you wanna change them. It really, really is. By the way, Jason, wanted to contact you. I don't wanna put you on the spot, but I'd love for you to be a guest on my show here on Sunday and just have a little chit chat interview on your, foray into YouTube and everything that you love about jewelry and art and all that good stuff. So you let me know when you're available after the new year. Took 15 years off to fix myself. Sometimes we do have to fix ourselves. I know I've had to. I know I've had to. And it's good when we can meet people. I don't know, when we can meet people that not want to change you, but better you and doing it in the right way, not criticizing, but bringing out the best in you. Because there are people who will bring out the worst in you. There are people that feed your ego and will bring out the worst in you and make you more of a narcissist than you thought you were in the first place, and, be your cheerleader when there's nothing to cheer about. So it's definitely can have, the opposite effect when you meet the wrong person, believe me, and I feel like a lot of people used to a lot of people used to get married very early. Back in my mother's day, people got married before 20. 20 was pretty much, "You better hurry up and get married," or right after college, 22. And people are taking a longer time to get married. At least they were, I think, up until about, what, maybe the '90s? Now I don't know. I feel like people aren't even getting married. I feel like it's gone down. The statistics have gone down, and even relationships have gone down. It's like, I don't know, it's a crazy world. But I think we definitely are better people when we're in a relationship, when we live for other things other than ourselves, because, boy, God gave us a huge ego. He really did, and it can go so out of whack until you have something else to live for, someone else to make happy, someone else to respect, and, you can complement each other that way. What do you guys think? Let me see what you're saying in there. You met your current husband while playing a card game on the line online? Wow, nice. Oh my goodness, that's great. That is a good story. Hi, Miss Anna. I was on my jewelry one. Anna, last time you came in here on the wrong you said you were in the wrong channel too. What do you mean, Anna? How are you, by the way? I hope you're well. By the way, Anna has a great, channel, both for jewelry and her comedy channel is amazing. She did a little skit on the crazy people you can meet online. You gotta go watch it. But I was on my jewelry one. I don't know what's going on. Oh, good, good, Jason. I'm so happy to hear it. Yeah. Let me know, your first free date after the first. I know we're gonna be, kinda scrambling around with, but I'll be off starting Thursday. I'll be off. So I'm sure I'm gonna put in another Sunday in here before, after the holidays. It'd be great to have you to have a sit down, roundabout talk and take questions and all that. You said hi on the comedy channel? Yeah, Anna is busy over in there on the comedy channel. I love it. I think it's so good, Anna. It really, really is. And, I think you're just getting better and better at it. And you better let us know when you go up on that stage and do your first stand-up because I think you should do it. I really do. And I would go see you. I honestly do. I always say I wanna go go travel somewhere in the US. I'm not about traveling abroad. I don't think I'm cut to stay on those long airplane rides. Oh, that's so sweet, Kelly. Please email me at thelmahordes@gmail.com and we can exchange addresses. All my information is in my description box. That is so sweet. I was actually looking for star jewelry today and I found lunch at the Ritz. I found some beautiful earth, peace on earth. So they have the globe and then they have stars and peace signs hanging down from them. I, I found those last night. I was doing some wine induced shopping. Was it last night or the night before? I don't remember. But I had had like one or two glasses of wine and I started shopping. That is dangerous. Don't do that. Don't do that. But I did find them and they were pretty. Yes, we are absolutely waiting for that stage presence. I know it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good because you're gonna do it, Anna, and you need to do it. You need to set yourself on there. You'll regret it for the rest of your life if you don't. Before the new baby comes, before your daughter has her baby, then you're really gonna be busy. But anyway, yeah, this damn loneliness, as they say, is really it's perpetual. It really I mean, it's just all around us. Someone said the 5 signs of being lonely. The 5 signs that you're lonely are you spend a lot of time shopping. I don't spend a lot of time shopping, but sometimes I do start looking for a certain thing and I get obsessed, and it's been stars lately. And, hi, Maritza. The second sign was scrolling on your phone while you're in the middle of a room full of people, and gosh, do you see that all the time? I do. On At restaurants, you're sitting there, there's even sometimes a family, and all 4 of them are on their phone. To me, that's really sad. I think that's just one of those I take 'em out my phone and maybe take a picture of the meal if it's really beautiful just to send it to my kids or something, "Look what we're having," or whatever. Or I'll have them guess where we're eating or something. But I don't sit there and scroll on it. I feel like this is the time to have a one-on-one conversation with someone. Why would you do that? Another one is binge watching television, just sitting there mindlessly watching one thing after another one. I can do that, um, with some videos, but I've gotten to the point these days, pretty much in this last year, I've come to realize that if I really want to grow this channel and I really want to, expand my reach in entertaining and m mercantile, kind of commercialize some of my things, kind of monetize what I do, I need to stop consuming the content and start creating it. So I've really had to discipline myself not to watch certain channels, any channels. It doesn't matter. It's not yours or theirs or whatever. I mean, I can sit there and watch everything from Mae West movies or to whatever, and then I have to like limit myself because I do find myself doing that. And there's only 24 hours for all of us, right? So anyway, that's the way I met Robert. I was playing pool. He challenged me to a game of pool, and I was wearing that gold and gold and red satin pants, and it was a lot of fun. And I used to go to that particular place a lot. It was our hangout. We were young 20-year-olds, and it was the place to be. It had everything. It had food. It had music. It had pool. What else could a young 20-year-old want, right? Except a boyfriend, I guess. And then I got one. But it wasn't as romantic as it sounds. It never really is for many people. I mean, some people meet their high school sweetheart, right? Or their college sweetheart and everything's hunky dory. No, ours was not like that at all. It was very, interesting, to say the least. We went together for 5 years before we got married. We went together for 5 years, and that took a lot of patience on my part. I should have left him. Why couldn't he make up his mind? Not that we had to make up his mind, but, you know. Do any of y'all have any of you had long engagements like mine? Mine was 5 years. But, it's like it wasn't even an engagement. I hate to even say that, it wasn't. I hate when people say I think that's the funniest thing when people say, "Oh, that's my fiancé," and they've been going together for 10 years or 9 years and he's not your fiancé. I never called him my fiancé. I called him my boyfriend. It's not my fiancé until I get the ring and a date, right? Ring and a date, and he's your fiancé. Otherwise, he's just a boyfriend. And I hear a lot of that from young people, and I always try to gently say, "No, I don't think he's yet actually your fiancé until he gives you a ring and a date." I think we try to rose color it, right? Super short and get 3 months. That's awesome, Becky. Wow. I love that. I love that. I had a friend too who went to, she was from Louisiana, spoke French, and one of her best friends got married in Paris. So she went to the wedding and she met the groom's this is my neighbor. She met the groom's best friend or friend, and they were married within 3 months. Isn't that crazy? But I love those stories. I think they're fantastic. No, mine was not like that. Mine was not like that. Mine was 5 years of like, I was crazy about him. I was crazy about him. And he was crazy about me too, but he was not the kind to show it, I guess, right away. Holiday blessings to you as well. How are you, Strong Minds Jewelry lovers? Let me see who else popped in here. Check the chat real quick. Yeah, good. I'm glad to hear that, Anna. You better get on that stage. She's hilarious. I love them. I love the reaction videos. Those are just the best. Mhm. Your husband and you went out for 6 years. Okay, good. See? Did you call him a fiancé? I never called my husband my fiancé. Never. Never. It's just so pretentious to pretend you're gonna get married when you don't have an engagement ring, or even to pretend you are married when you're not. I've seen that too. People that say, "Oh, we're married," and whatever, and you're not. You've just been you're not even living in the same city, and you still consider yourself married? Come on. Sometimes we lie to ourselves though, don't we? We lie to ourselves, and sometimes we believe those lies. We repeat them so often to others. We really believe them. It's incredible. No, my husband had been married before. He'd been married before, had 2 children. So, divorced. I guess he was kind of a little knocked around by that, so took him a while to come around. but he's honestly the best thing that's ever happened to me. He's my biggest cheerleader. He is so supportive of everything I do. We argue a lot. We're not perfect a lot, of course. We both have very strong personalities. If you believe in zodiac signs or not, he's a Taurus, the bull, and I'm a Leo, the lion. So we were made to fight, but definitely strong support there as well for each other. Not till you got a ring, right? Exactly. It is honesty. It is so rare. It's often shunned. Yeah, people love to pretend. I mean, just watch some of the YouTubers, the big YouTubers, they switch relationships constantly and I don't know, the young people especially, I think they're kind of lost in reality and they pretend that it's this and all of I mean, I don't know, you look at Facebook, everybody looks like they lived happily ever after, except for those who aren't afraid to tell the truth. Then you have that side of Facebook. Everybody airs their dirty laundry on there too. But, they don't tell you about the turmoil. They only show you the wonderful vacations. And that's life. That's everybody around here. I've watched my neighbors remarry twice and children married this or the other or went off to do this or the other. And, the perfect family is never the perfect family. There is no such thing. There is no such thing at all. But we're going on, what, 42 years married? Gosh, I can't even believe that. I can't even believe that. That is an awful long time to be together. But he still makes me laugh like crazy. They say that's what a man should do, make you laugh. They say men are attracted to attractive women, and women I'm attracted to attractive men too, of course, that's why I was attracted to him, but that women are really attracted to a good sense of humor. If he makes you laugh, yeah, that's the one. Yeah. You're a Leo too, Miss Sheen. M. Sheen, Queen of the Jungle Lioness. That explains how we both love bling bling jewelry, right? Exactly. Exactly. I don't really know if I believe in the zodiacs, but I do love to read the stuff that they come out with. And yeah, there's certain personality traits that I see in the zodiac signs that hold true. You're a Leo too, Kelly? Yeah. So Becky, how did you meet your husband? I think you told me, but I forgot. I think I forgot. Mm. But I also wanted to talk a little bit about how, yeah, men and women or whatever your romantic relationship is, whatever who your partner is, human relationships are wonderful and they're great, and romantic relationships, whoever you choose as a partner. But there's friendships too that are really sometimes even stronger than blood relationships. And I think when you have a friend that I know, like, when I'm off this coming week sometime, we're gonna take my mom to, San Antonio again, not only to see my cousin who just lost her mother, but more to see her best friend. She's had this best friend forever, and she's a little sickly right now, and they're both been clamoring to come and see each other, and we decided we'd go ahead and do the road trip and take them out there. But they have been the closest of friends, and my mother has confided to us that in many ways, this woman, this wonderful woman named Carmen, that we and I adore as if she was my aunt. She has said she is closer to me at times. She has been closer to me and has always been there when my sisters weren't, or maybe when she's never told me every single detail about her feelings about that, but maybe sometimes when we're too close in relationship, we can't have that confidence. We're afraid of being judged by our sisters and brothers, and if you can have it, then that's wonderful, but some don't, and some really do lose touch with their brothers and sisters. Many people do no longer speak to them. Not that there was any problem, but it's a relationship that needs to be nurtured and fed, and if it's not, it goes away, and that's the thing about friendships between women or men and men, or it can have either way, it doesn't really matter, but someone who's really a good friend is so important if you don't have or even in addition to having that romantic marriage relationship, loving relationship, whatever it may be, those female friendships, female to female or male to female, whichever way, are so, so important, and I think when you have one, count yourself lucky because many people never hold on to those friends. They're just gone. They, had a certain friend in high school, a certain friend in college, they outgrow them, but like I said, my mother and this woman from their early 20s when they were young marrieds. Through her that person, I think, was married twice and still together, still they can sit down like they never stopped seeing each other, like they just saw each other yesterday, and, 5, 10 years can go by, but they talk a lot, and I think that's a wonderful thing if you can have that. Do any of you have that kind of a relationship, even with a cousin or something? I think that's fantastic. Sense of humor is absolutely key, yes. It really is. Especially, I don't know, with when you can laugh about life because life is hard. Life is hard, and it's not, a bed of roses every day, so you gotta laugh to keep from crying. But I think it's interesting that many people kind of misinform themselves and they're kind of delusional about what a friend is, and they tend to think that their coworkers are friends, and they can be. I'm not saying they can't be, but I really think that sometimes when we think that only the coworker is a friend, and then when something happens, and then you realize, no, it's not that way. It's the way just a colleague. The colleague is a colleague and not a friend. And then that's when especially young people, I think you're first into your professional job, you may share too much, and then you wind up realizing, Wow, I didn't think this person would go with it and do this with it or, tell someone else about it." And then sometimes we're just so eager to make friends at work, that's what happens. Same thing here on YouTube. Sometimes we think because we're in the same, genre of videos or that we kind of bought from each other or watched each other's videos. We have some kind of an alliance, and we come to realize we don't. We come to realize that people are allies until they don't wanna be and or till they've used you enough or can't benefit from that relationship, and that really hurts, and that's really hard. You don't know what you would do without your friends. Yeah, absolutely, and I think we need to actively seek out friendship. I, um, I know that when you're busy, no matter what it is, it takes you out of yourself. A lot of people think, "Well, finally I'm retired and I'll be home," but then I think that loneliness does set in. I know my husband was just telling me today that he met a gentleman that was a superintendent or no, a principal of a school and retired and literally decided to go and drive a bus, drive a school bus instead. He didn't want the pressure of teaching, didn't want the pressure of being a principal or anything, but he just got so bored of being at home, and he was alone and widowed, and I think that's kind of what we have to do. We always need to be around people. I think we're drawn to being around people, even if we say, "I love to be alone." I really do. Sometimes I just can't wait to have the house to myself. I can make videos. I can sit and watch what I wanna watch without being told anything or having to turn it down or having to change the channel because somebody would say, "I can't believe you're watching that. How can you watch that boring thing?" or something. But then as soon as I've been alone for too long, then I'm like, "Oh, it's so quiet here. I really can't wait for them to get home," or something. So I think we are social creatures, and we really do need to make some of those friendships outside or relationships that can turn to friendships outside of ourselves. I don't think we were meant to be alone. There's always a remedy too, even if it's just on a superficial level for a little bit, but at least your mind is not on the solitude, on your loneliness. Or I don't know, I could be wrong. You tell me. What do you think? That's just my opinion. I haven't retired yet, but I was telling my husband, when I do, maybe I'll go be a substitute. Then people tell me, "No, you're gonna hate subbing. You will never like it. You never know where they'll send you, and you're gonna hate it." And I don't know, but I know I'd have to do something. At least that's what I think. What do you guys think? I don't see any chat. That's okay. Y'all are awfully quiet today. Do you have any questions? Any questions for me? Let me show you some earrings. Last night, I was auctioning some earrings, and I thought these were my Hattie Carnegie earrings, but they weren't. Can you see them? Mm. They're twist back. They're gorgeous, but these were not them. I'm actually wearing the Hattie Carnegie. They're even, I mean, these make those look simple. And and then I couldn't find this one either. They were separated. I don't know why. I'm so sorry. See the Hattie Carnegie, truly like a chandelier. Can y'all see it? Humans are social animals, but solitude has its benefits. Right? Anna, I agree. I agree. I mean, I think to me, one of the most pleasurable activities is sitting in a library, a quiet library. They're not quiet anymore. People go in there and have no respect. Look at that. The chandelier one is the Hattie Carnegie. That's what happens when I don't look at my jewelry for very long. I forget. And they got separated. These two were separated, and then this one got separated. But I'm wearing them now. Yeah, that to me, that has always when I since I was young, I wanted to be a librarian. Didn't pursue that. But to me, that is just one of the most wonderful pastimes is to go to a library and just get a stack of books and read or look through them. That kind of friendship you find the kind of friendship you find more. My mom has 2 really close friends from elementary school. Oh, that's so sweet. She always says, "How many people have friends for that long?" No one. It's a different world out there now. It really is. I think you're absolutely right about that. That's very rare. I do have one friend from high school that occasionally will call me. She loses track. I lose track of her often. She's had kind of an erratic life, but I love her to death. She's, wonderful, and occasionally she'll call me again, but, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to maintain, like I said, you have to even with your own brothers and sisters, if you don't cultivate it and nurture it, it goes away, and like marriage, right? or a romantic relationship. Aren't they pretty? Yeah, I was gonna sell them the other night, but these weren't even the ones. These are incredible. They just don't make it just like they don't make, jewelry like they used to. They don't make friends like they used to. I don't know, I feel sorry for the people that have to I don't feel sorry for them, I just feel like there's something missing with people that are so afraid to intermingle socially first. Like, people would go to, like, I don't know, maybe they still go to dance clubs and all that, of course, but things like that, or they would go to, even your churches and things would have socials and people would join that. There was a lot more community than there is now. I think people just are very distrustful of each other. Everyone has a distrust of someone else, and they don't see people at face value sometimes. They don't it's just like, "What can you do for me?" That's the thing that I find difficult, and that and I think we're also afraid to be honest with each other in a lot of ways. I think we all just wanna present this wonderful, story about ourselves, and in reality, no one has a perfect story. Love that vintage style. I love that name. Do you have a channel? I'm enjoying what you're saying tonight. She says sometimes it's easy to be in solitude and sometimes extremely difficult. I wonder about finding a companion later in life. Yeah, and I think everyone is not everyone, many people search for that companion later in life. It's just so hard. I mean, I see, like I said, I know many people who are widowed, and my sister is one of them, and but it's interesting because there have been women who have never depended on their husbands to do things. She was one. She's very hands-on, fixed what needed to be fixed. In finances, she handled them, all of that. But it wasn't that she needed, it was that friendship and that laughter and things in the house that they did together that she misses. Oh, some resale? Awesome. Uh, Jewelry or clothing? I'm truly into clothing these days. That's why I was doing some wine shopping the other night, and then I bought jewelry. But I did put some things in a basket from one of my favorite little websites that I'm still dreaming about buying something from there, and I may just treat myself to a Christmas present for myself. Since we don't have my husband and I really don't buy each other gifts. We think it's pretty I don't know, we kind of outgrew that because I pretty much buy what I wanna buy, he buys what he wants to buy. Sometimes he hits the mark, he knows it's gotta be jewelry usually, and sometimes he doesn't, so he got you know, and I hate to tell him, "Well, I wouldn't wear that," or things like that, so we kinda learned that about each other and just buy our own Christmas presents. You have a doctor that asks me about finding a husband every time I go, "Oh, really? Is he married?" That's interesting. That's interesting. I know a lot of women who are marrying at 50 and 60. I really do, some for the first time. I've known quite a few, and I think it's because we look for different things at different times in our life. What is that old adage that says, "The first time you marry for money, the second time you marry for love, and the third time you marry for companionship." I haven't been married but once, but I I know a lot of people that have been married more than once, and that's okay, no judgment. No judgment whatsoever. Things do not work out sometimes. I cry when I hear about young marriages breaking up. I think that that's just so heartbreaking, especially if there's children involved. But sometimes you gotta realize you made the wrong choice. That is very interesting. He's married, though. Mm. It sounds like a personal question, but Don't need a married man in your life, that's for sure. My uncle just remarried after being widowed, wow, for a few weeks. He's in his 70s and very happy. Good for him. One of my neighbors, this is when Facebook first started. What how long has Facebook been on? Like 20 years already? No, 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 not that long. Pretty close though, about 14 or 15 years. Well, anyway, when I first started out, her dad, a physician living in another state, apparently on Facebook, you know how people were using it to find old flames or old friends or whatever. Well, I don't know if he found someone, I think someone found him, and he was in his 70s, maybe even close to 80. He just recently passed, like, last year, but he left his wife for this woman that he had known in high school or college. She could not believe it. She wanted to cry and laugh at the same time. She just could not believe it. But true story, my neighbor, her dad. You can't find the time. Yeah. Of course, there's hope for you, Anna. You are so pretty. You are a very pretty woman, and you've got so much more to offer that besides your looks. You're funny too. You're funny too, and I know you're a good woman. I know you are. We've had some good talks. So there's someone out there when you least expect it. Oh, I had another friend who met a guy. They were both, book lovers, and I think they were at Barnes& and Noble or somewhere, and she had just gotten a divorce. She found out her husband was cheating on her with somebody that she had hired to clean their house. So sad. So they had already been divorced, like, 2 years, and then one day she was just looking at a book, and somebody else was looking at that same book, and I think she was hitting 50. She was just about hitting 50, and, and she said, "Yeah, I went for it," and before I got off the before it was too late for me to be on the market, she said. But she found a guy at the bookstore, a very nice man, and, yeah, they've been together ever since. Is absolutely right, Becky. Yes, that's true. That's very, very true. There's someone out there for everyone. I do, and I think people are looking too. Men are looking as much as women are looking, if not more, and I think these days they're afraid to say it, they're afraid to approach women. Society has told them, you know, you can only look for women online, can't talk to them, you can't compliment them. So, I think that's kind of a drawback to the new way of thinking sometimes. Yeah, but I do believe that's out there. But yeah, that's what happened to, my friend's parents. Crazy, right? It's just crazy. So, that's where Robert and I met. I didn't hear any other meeting stories. One of them I did hear one playing cards online. That sounds really interesting. I was watching Mary Tyler Moore. I think we talked about that a couple of weeks ago, and they went to join a divorce club so they could meet men. They had never been divorced. But there's book clubs and other things you can join. It was hilarious, though. It really was funny, but that was then, this is now. Very different. Very different times indeed. Yeah. Well, I hope you're enjoying the topic. You remember that episode? Wasn't it hilarious with the dentist? Oh my gosh. I like I said, I didn't watch it much when it was on. I was too busy being a teenager running around, but, now I just enjoy it so much when I kinda binge watch on it. It was a very good episode, though. It really was. I had a I have a little prologue for what we talked about last week. I did kind of but I was a little nervous about the audio being so bad, so I kinda rushed through my story about the lady with the child with autism that also has OCD, very severe obsessive compulsive disorder, and what she went and did, and, how she went with what I told her, and now she's getting therapy for, for free. Well, it turns out the person that's giving them, and I knew this last week too, the person that's giving the therapy is the person themselves. So that okay, so she asked this gentleman who's a well-to-do businessman. He's, extremely wealthy, one of the wealthiest here, and his daughter suffered from that. Well, his daughter is now a psychiatrist, and she's the one giving the therapy to this little boy. So, this is where it even there's even layer upon layer upon layer upon layer of fantasticness and unbelievable things. It's blurry now? Oh, no. Oh, no. Again? Okay. So I just wanted to add that so we could close that little wonderful chapter from last week's talk that nobody watched, but that's okay. These talks are for us only, those who wanna talk and those who wanna listen. Yeah, so I'm gonna let you go then. If we're getting blurry, we might as well head out. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Give me some more ideas on more topics of what we can talk about. We already booked Jason for our next talk. I'm so excited and, can't wait for that one. We're gonna have some real interesting things to talk about with Jason. He's got an incredible channel. I'm really enjoying it. So much to learn from him. So tune in for that. I'm hoping to get some more guests on here. I've invited a few other people, and hopefully they'll get back with me with a yes, so we can talk more about jewelry and other things that may pique your interest. Have a wonderful Christmas, everyone. Enjoy your holiday and enjoy your time with those that you love and with family and friends. They're very important, and we are definitely blessed if we have any. And if we do, let's find some. Let's look for some. Let's join those book clubs. Let's join those places and get off the internet. Get off the internet and meet real people. It's really, really important. Have a wonderful night. Bye bye.